Good morning. Another running challenge on the agenda for today, and this one is a bit of a speed and endurance challenge or workout, I guess. So the goal is to basically run as many miles as I can, starting at 11-minute pace and then going down in 20-second increments each mile. So I'm going to run an 11-minute mile, then 10:40, 10:20, etc., for as long as I can go. I'm hoping to get at least 12 miles, which will put me at like a 7:20 pace, and hopefully maybe a few more miles after that, but not sure. I've definitely not done many long runs of 10 plus miles. I think I've probably done like 3 10 plus mile runs in the last 2 months, and all of those have been pretty chill pace, like 10-minute pace or slower on average. So definitely haven't done anything like this at a faster pace, so we'll see how it goes. But it's a little bit cold and rainy today this morning, but still gonna get out here on the towpath and see what we can do. Mile number one down, 10:50 pace, so a little bit ahead of pace, but the challenge for me is definitely going to be keeping the pace where it needs to be, definitely for the first like 5 or so miles, because usually I just kind of run at an easy pace for a lot of my runs recently, and even when I run at harder runs, I kind of base my pace off of heart rate type stuff. So I'm not very good or trained at saying go run 5 miles at a 10-minute split or whatever, and so that's definitely going to be a challenge. Lots of looking at the watch, adjusting my pace, etc., but feeling pretty good. Warmed up, not too cold. Mile number 2 down, 10:30 pace. The goal was 10:40, so again, still a little bit ahead or faster than I need to be, but doing well. Got this nice little boardwalk with some snow on it. I do love running in the winter and the snow. It's just a different feeling, I guess. So we're gonna keep going and hit 10:20 next. 3 miles down, 10:13 was the third mile, and shooting for 10 minutes next. Mile number 4, cutting it a little bit close at 9:59, but still on track. That's the thing, is definitely want to keep it under pace, because I wouldn't want to fail early on just because I was trying to be too conservative. So trying not to get that close again, but shooting for 9:40 next. Mile 5, 9:34. Turned around just a little bit after the 5 mile mark, and shooting for 9:20 now. Mile 6, 9:17. Going for 9 minutes flat next. Mile 7, 8:57. Definitely starting to get tough now, so definitely want to make it back to the parking lot on this schedule. Should be 3 more miles, and definitely would love to keep going after that if I can, but we'll see where we end up. Mile 8, 8:35. Next to the canal here. Doing good. This mile gave me some more confidence, I guess, for the next 2 ahead. So shooting for 8:20 now. Mile 9, 8:13. Really having to put some effort in now and pushing on towards an 8-minute mile for mile number 10. 10 miles down, 7:52 on mile 10, and each mile is a challenge at this point that I'm not sure if I can complete, and that's part of the fun and challenge of this whole run. All right, mile 11, 7:38. Met the goal, but do not have anything left. So just a little short of
my goal when I started of 12 miles or more, but this is the first time, first of all, I've done any sort of workout like this, and the first time in more than 6 months since I've run, any more than a 5K at pretty much anything than easy effort. So certainly glad with how much I pushed myself, I guess, and keeping going. Like I said, was hoping for a little bit more, but it is what it is. I still put in a very good effort, and give some more stats once I have time to chill out and cool down a little bit. It's been about a week and a half since this run, and I never recapped my thoughts and showed some of the stats as well. So total miles was 11. I started at 11-minute pace, like I said, and worked down 20 seconds each mile. So my first mile was a little bit under 11 minutes, and my last mile was a little bit under 7 minutes, 40 seconds. So really had a wide range of paces, and the average pace throughout was 9 minutes, 15 seconds. And this is some of the stats here, and then you can also see that kind of pace chart that shows each mile, which is just a super cool progression to see. So overall, I mean, like I said, my initial kind of ballpark goal was 12 miles, which I didn't reach, but I've really never done any sort of workout like this, and haven't done any sort of quote-unquote speed work or workouts, in the last 2 months since I finished the Appalachian Trail. Pretty much all my training since then has just been like steady state, aerobic, low intensity, zone 2, whatever you want to call it, type of training, in which I'm just trying to, get back my baseline fitness. And I think I've done a decent job of that. I definitely have seen improvements over that time period that I'm happy with. But I do think I want to start doing some sort of more speed work, or just different types of workouts, for one, to kind of throw some variation in there, and also just kind of get myself going, and turning the legs over at faster speeds and stuff like that periodically, And doing these kinds of challenges and fun workouts are just a good way, like I said, to kind of add variation into your training, and make it interesting, because it's something you can kind of look forward to and set a goal at, and track yourself at. And at least for me, the time during that run went by really quickly, because I was so focused on the running and staying on pace and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't feel like a super long run, even though I was running well over an hour and a half. It didn't feel super long, just because I was kind of focused and in the zone the whole time. So that was a good aspect of it as well. So overall, I really enjoyed that challenge and run. Fell a little bit short of my initial goal, but like I said, I really had no expectations or baseline as to base that goal off of, aside from just kind of a guess. So if you do this challenge, let me know, what pace you start at, and kind of what increments you do. Obviously for me, I just chose that based on kind of where I thought I was, and what would be a good starting point, and a good increment that I would step down by. And I think it worked out fairly well. So would be interested to hear other people's results. I saw like a 2:20 marathoner do this, and they did like 17 miles or something, and started at like 8-minute pace and was going a lot faster, like under 5 minutes by the end. So it's a whole different game depending on, your overall fitness, but would be interested to hear what other people are doing.